Using samples can be pretty fun. First thing you have to do is get your hands on them. There are many good sources, including ones that I've made, link in the description. But you can also record and discover some yourself. I was editing some audio for one of my videos and I noticed that I make this sound a lot. I feel like this could be a nice percussive sound if I tweak it a bit. First things first, I'm going to chop all these suckers out of here. Here's how they sound. Such a great noise, isn't it? I saved them individually in a folder on my desktop so that I can use them as samples in VCV Rack. I'll be referencing this folder from the sample player, so I need to make sure that I can find it in my file directory. And this is what you'll have to do with your samples, so make sure that you save them in a safe place. I'm pulling up a sample player by Sikazel. This is a drum player extra. I'll pick 4 of my favorite sounds from the folder by right-clicking on the module and using the sample loading feature. You can also load the root folder through the context menu. Now I want to utilize a trigger source that will pick among them randomly, so only one is playing at any given time. We can do that by utilizing the random gate module by Hetrick CV. This bad boy takes an incoming trigger source and spits it out one of these randomly. There are 8 outputs total, but we only need 4. So let's turn this maximum knob down to 4 and voila. I'm going to trigger it at 16th note speed so it has a hi-hat vibe. Here's how it sounds. If you turn this knob, it'll alter the playback speed and pitch. I'm going to change them to my personal taste, but I'd like to encourage you to change them to however you want them to be. I'm going to run these through a Zorb filter by All Right Devices to tame the frequencies a bit. I'm using the high pass output. Here's how it sounds with some other drums and tones. We can do this with many different sounds. Here's one that I really like. It's the sound of spoons clinking. We can also manipulate a sample to create some interesting and evolving ambience by using granular synthesis. Here's the sample I'm going to use. It's my toilet flushing. I'm using Supercell by Grayscale. In a nutshell, this module breaks down the incoming sound into little bits and then modulates them and recombines them. Modules like this make some crazy sounds. We just feed our toilet flush into the audio input, and then we start manipulating the parameters. Honestly, I just hit Ctrl R, which randomizes the module, until I heard something that I liked. Here's how it turned out. Lastly, I want to talk about VoxGlitch's Autobreak Studio. This module slices samples and plays them back in rhythms produced by manipulating this graph. You're supposed to use it with 8-beat drum loops, but you can use it with anything. To load a sample, we right-click on the module and click on the first empty slot. This will bring up the file directory so you can choose your favorite sample. Now we can see the sample here. We need a clock to advance the pattern. I'm using 80 BPM and 4 times. Each of these outputs is a set of stereo outputs. We could take either one or the mix. I'm going to take the mix. The position tab here allows you to alter where the playhead jumps to. All the way up is the end of the sample and all the way down is the beginning. I'm just going to randomly click in here to set those. The volume tab allows you to alter the volume of each step in the sequence. I like waves, so I'm going to do one. The pan tab allows you to pan left or right. I'm going to leave this as is. The reverse tab flips the playback of the step, and ratchet will play the step back with rapid succession of triggers. I really like this. I'll do a couple reverse steps, and I'll ratchet a couple as well. And here's how it sounds. Now here's how it sounds to the drum beat. That's it for this quick video. I'd like to encourage you to be extremely experimental when you use samples, try many things, and find what you like. You can get all the patches from this video in my patch collection, which is on my Ko-fi page for free. Every sample you heard in this video has also been added to my drum sample pack, which is also free on my Ko-fi page. If you like this kind of stuff, you can let me know that by liking and subscribing. And if you leave a comment, I'm definitely going to respond. Shout out to my nemesis Bob, who is the newest supporter added to the list. Big thank you to everyone who supported me. Your names will forever live on my webpage. Okay, bye-bye now.